Hi everybody, welcome once again, and in today's video I will explain you the difference between socialism and communism. Both socialism and communism are political and economic systems created to eliminate the problems created by a free market capitalist system, including exploitation of workers and the widening gap between rich and poor. Both socialism and communism share some basic similarities, but there are some important differences between them. Socialism emerged in response to the extreme economic and social changes caused by the Industrial Revolution, and particularly the struggle of workers. Many workers grew increasingly poor even as factory owners and other industrialists accrued massive wealth. In the first half of the 19th century, early socialist thinkers like Saint-Simon, Charles Fourier and Robert Owen presented their own models of reorganizing the society on lines of cooperation and community rather than competition inherent in a capitalist system. Then came Karl Marx, the German political philosopher and economist. Along with Friedrich Engels, Marx published the Communist Manifesto in 1848, which included a chapter criticizing those earlier socialist models as unrealistic utopian dreams. The philosophy they laid out is often referred to as Marxism. Marx and Engels traced the inequality of their day to the Industrial Revolution, arguing that the mechanization of production had aggravated social inequality, dividing society into two classes: those who owned the means of production and possessed wealth, the bourgeoisie, and the workers who were at their economic mercy, the proletariat. Following Marx and Engels' articulation of communist principles in 1848, the socialist movement split into two broad fractions. Adherents who still called themselves socialists maintained their gradualist approach, while communists urged more aggressive action. Under communism, there is no such thing as private property. All property is communally owned and each person receives a portion based on what they need. A communist society is stateless, classless, and governed directly by the people. This, however, has never been achieved. A strong central government, the state, controls all aspects of economic production and provides citizens with their basic necessities, including food, housing, medical care, and education. Following the Russian Revolution of 1917, Vladimir Lenin, leader of the victorious Bolsheviks, expanded on the principles of Marxism, as did Lenin's eventual successor Joseph Stalin. Their ideas evolved into Marxism-Leninism, which, rather than seeing the state wither away, called for rule by a single political party. That was a system that governed the Soviet Union until its collapse in 1991. Socialism, individuals can still own property, but industrial production or the chief means of generating wealth is communally owned and managed by a democratically elected government. Another key difference in socialism versus communism is the means of achieving them. In communism, a violent revolution in which the workers rise up against the middle and upper classes is seen as an inevitable part of achieving a pure communist state. Socialism is a less rigid, more flexible ideology. Its adherents seek change and reform but often insist on making these changes through democratic processes within the existing social and political structure, not overthrowing that structure. Today, communism exists in countries like China, Cuba, Vietnam, Laos, North Korea, though in reality, a pure communist state has never existed. Such countries can be classified as communist because in all of them, the central government controls all aspects of the economic and political system. But none of them have achieved the elimination of personal property, money, or class systems that the communist ideology requires. Likewise, no country in history has achieved a state of pure socialism. Even countries that are considered by some people to be socialist states like Norway, Sweden, and Denmark have successful capitalist sectors and follow policies that are largely aligned with social democracy.